What up YouTube, it's Rarities Company. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to unlock the most legendary essences on your Blood Knight the second that class comes out in just under a week on July 13th, which is this coming Thursday. Could not be more excited for this class. I do plan on being on it for a very long time, but more importantly, I want to make sure you guys are ready because I've been basically preparing for several months now, but there's still things you guys can do right now in game to prepare. So let's get straight to it right now. Okay, so first things first is the Rarities and Antiques vendor does give you the ability of shopping. Now, I obviously have close to no gold. That is a massive mistake. Learn from my mistake and save gold as much as possible and grind your gold. If you're a shadow, grind your vaults because that is a great way of getting gold on a daily basis, which you can do several times a day within the 2-hour time spans that you have. But more importantly, this is a great opportunity of getting you either a main offhand or a head, chest, shoulders, or leg piece for the Blood Knight the second he comes out, because you can do all 25 every single day for each of these, and you're not guaranteed a legendary, but there is a very high chance, so you're probably bound to at least get one of each. But I do go days where I don't get any, but then I also go days where I get several from this. So it's a great opportunity for you to get more legendary essences for the Blood Knight the second it comes out with just this in-game option. Now, another one is actually still at the Rarities and Antiques vendor, and that's going to be the Shady stock. So right now we have the event going on where you can earn this currency. What is it called? The Shady tokens. And then every day you can then use the tokens to purchase these right here. Either a mystery legendary item or one of the legendary items right down here, which is going to be, again, the helm, chest piece, pants, or shoulders. Now, how do you get these? You're going to go to the events tab and go down to Shady stock, and then you get 10 for logging in. You get 30 for completing a bonus dungeon one time. You get 30 of them for identifying one piece of gear, which you're guaranteed to get if you do your Monstrous essence, which we're going to come back to here in a second, as well as just purchasing one item from the Rarities and Antique vendor. So by doing the first tip, you help yourself with the second tip, and that one gives you 30, equaling 100 a day. Now, this is going all the way through the 15th. Now, the reason this is pertinent is that not only can you get them on the 13th that it comes out, the 14th, and the 15th, but you can also save this currency now, because as you can see when we go to it, there actually isn't a number. The only thing that has a limit is the set piece. So I don't think the set piece resets anymore. It used to. I think the first time this came out, it would reset, but after that, it's only the one-time limit. Character purchase 1 of 1. So I'm actually going to save this as well, which you unlock by purchasing 3 items. You can see it right down here. Purchasing 3 items from the mystery legendary item. So once you purchase 3 of these, you get to unlock this one for free. So basically, save all of your currency for the next 5 days, and then pump out some mystery legendary items for your Blood Knight with the Shady stock exchange. Now, this is obviously, if you see this video after the Blood Knight comes out, and after what did we say, the 18th, or whatever it is, the 15th, after the this ends, you still can do this because this event does come back almost on a monthly basis, it seems. So this is a really, really good event to help catch you up on legendary essences on a daily basis. So moving on, the next one is going to be over here at the Hilts Trader. Now, while we're teleporting over there, I'm going to go ahead and hit you with a third one, which is going to be if you are a shadow. If you are a immortal, by doing Kion's Ordeal. Now, by the time you see this video, I've already recorded and we'll have a scheduled video here in a couple days for my beginner's guide series that talks about the importance of doing Kion's Ordeal and how you can really target specific legendary essences. Now, as a Blood Knight, you're going to want to do that if you're the immortal, of course, but maybe that means it's time to be a little bit more competitive when it comes to the shadow and immortal conflict, where your clan or your group of clans, your alliance, should want to be an immortal so you can really get more essences for all of you. So that's going to be tip number 3. Tip number 4 is over here at the Hilts Trader. So as a regular human being inside the game, you get the weekly purchase legendary item chance here. Now, this does reset on a Monday, so because tomorrow, by the time you see this, tomorrow will be Monday, I could purchase this now if I want, but I do want to save it, and I'll show you why. Because it does cost 1,600 hilts, and hilts are a little bit more difficult to come by than they used to be. So I'm saving all of my hilts so that every week I can guarantee myself a free legendary. So tomorrow, you don't want to buy this until, if you're, well, you don't want to buy this if you plan on going to the Blood Knight, because when the Blood Knight comes out, you can unlock this if you haven't used it for the week as of yet. Because if you buy it, it does not go into a form of like a holdable one. It will immediately turn into a legendary item for the class you are currently equipped to. I'm gonna go and buy these real quick because I apparently didn't do that. Somebody in my comments said this was not a good thing to do, and I could not disagree with that logic more, but that is a video for a different time. Now, as an Immortal, you have the ability of getting another 1600 with a 1600 hilts, another legendary item. So obviously this is going to be really, really good as an Immortal, because this is 2 additional legendary items you can get on a weekly basis. So that is the other reason why I'm saving these, because just 2 is going to run me the cost of 3,000 hilts, and currently with 6,874 hilts. Now I should be getting more at the weekly reset from being an Immortal and doing all of my Immortalness, so it should go up a little bit more, but that's why I'm being very sort of skimpy, if you will, with my hilts. Now another option number 5, is from all the special events going on, which a lot of them nowadays are actually doing this. Did this? Yeah, so Trial of the Hordes, if you haven't done this yet, make sure you do so, because it does end the day before the new class comes out, the new Blood Knight comes out. You see these new mystery legendary items. These are obtainable by completing them via the events tab, but they're also holdable. So as you can see, if you do those in the events and don't use them like I have, you can end up with a decent amount of these that you can now save and have a guaranteed legendary for whatever class you're on, whether it be the Blood Knight or a different class. But this is a free, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 legendary essences. I'm going to get the second that I get on my Blood Knight. Now I will be opening all of these in a video, as well as what we're going to call tip number 6. And obviously you can see you can do the same thing with the set items as well, because I only have 5 of those. Less important now that they are kind of fixing the set item transfer within class change. It's actually a phenomenal change that it should have been happening a long time ago, but it is time for that to happen. And if you're not aware of that change, basically if you go from a strength class to an intellect class, you will keep your set gear. So instead of like this one right here is a reservist ring, so you can see it transferred from intellect to strength, but I do not have my abilities from what it was previously, because it was not a strength transition from what I did, because I was on intellect. So instead, so if I use my Awakener's Urge and transfer to an intellect class or any other class, I will keep the actual set properties as well as the item, which is phenomenal. Now, tip number 6 is going to be go fishing, man. Go chill. Get some fishing done in Diablo Immortal, and you're going to want to farm for mythic fish. The reason you want to farm for the mythic fish and hold them is because this gives you the highest opportunity of getting a legendary piece of gear when you trade in your mythic fish. So you can hold up to 20 at one time, and currently I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 14. So I'm at 14 fish, so I have 6 more to grind in the next, just under a week, few days, which should be totally fine to do. I've been a little skimping out on my fish, and obviously you can see I've gotten a lot of tuna because I farm in the same spot every day because it's just aesthetically pleasing to me. But yeah, so really excited about that. That's another opportunity. I've also been saving these mystery equipment boxes. I forgot where you get these from. I think just other events. But open to obtain 3 random pieces of equipment of random quality. Again, random quality, not guaranteed to be a legendary, but I've just been hoarding them as of recently, like very recently in the last couple of weeks. So they're from obviously some events. But yeah, that's going to be 6 different ways that you can guarantee legendary items. Now, another way would be, and that's actually something that I'm doing right now, is if you go to the demonic portal, which we're going to go and walk over there, there is the gauntlet raids. So as well as, let's talk about the Reliquary raids first. So if your raid is done on Thursdays and or Fridays after reset, obviously, then you can, if you switch to the Demon Hunter right away and before you do your weekly raid resets with your warband or just in general, you do have a higher probability of getting legendary items from your raids when it's the first time of the week. So obviously you can see that we've already done ours. Which are right here, so we're 5 of 5. But when you go into your Reliquary raids for the first time upon reset on either Monday or Thursday, as you can see right there, you do have a higher % chance of getting legendary items. Not a guarantee, but sometimes you can get them at a really, really high rate. Now, the other thing that I've been holding on to, and it's been really hard to not do, is the Reliquary Gauntlet for Inferno. I am just above the combat rating requirement, but in the last time we got these rewards, they were triple stat rolls for the legendary gear that you got, as well as the set item. So for that reason, I'm a little below the second one, but I wanted to save doing any of them for the Blood Knight, because this is guaranteeing me apparently a cosmetic. And it is class bound, so I wonder if they made it for the Demon Hunter as well. Actually, I didn't even realize that. So those of you that made it this far in the video will now know that if you haven't done this yet, you could potentially get this cosmetic on the Blood Knight, which will be really interesting, because it's a pretty badass skin, and I wonder what that's going to look like for the Blood Knight. Obviously, it's an event. I wonder, is it permanent or is it temporary? It doesn't really say. Yeah, no, either way, it would be cool to get. But anyway, so this is going to be a free legendary gear that I get, as well as a set piece, and I could be getting more than just the one. Then obviously I get that as well for your the demonic remains. So those are a bunch of different ways you can do it. Now, another one, pretty straightforward, is your monstrous essences. The one that you do on the first day of the first turn in for the day is guaranteed 100% chance, like you can see right here, to be a legendary item. Now, I haven't done mine for today, so on days like this, you want to make sure you do them because you get the new, you get the additional battle points. But there's actually one more way. Before I end this video, I know it's running a little long. Even after Bestiary, there's another way of getting a guaranteed selectable, that's right guys, selectable legendary for your Blood Knight. That's gonna be right here at the Battle Pass. At rank 10, you for every Battle Pass, you get the ability of choosing one legendary. And they changed it so it's a guaranteed, or it's a higher chance of being a legendary that you don't own. So basically, do all of the other tips and tricks that I just talked about, as well as obviously farming the overworld, which I didn't talk about because that's pretty straightforward. If you farm the overworld, you get legendary items, right? I mean, I feel like we've all been playing long enough, even if we played for a day, you know that. But this one is a guaranteed select one. So you get to pick from 6, and it's a higher chance now that's one that you don't have. So after you've opened up everything else, you want to come here and be able to hopefully select a legendary that you do not have for the shoulder piece. And there are some pretty sick shoulder pieces that are going to be best in slot, or BIS, B-I-S, for farming. Specifically the last two that I covered, and I'm going to link that video right now over, I guess, right above me. I moved my camera so I had to look. So I'll link the video right above me for the best legendary essences for the Blood Knight, so that way you're going to know which shoulder piece you're going to pick if you make it to this point and you save this selection of rank 10 on the Battle Pass, because that would be a very smart thing for you to do. I'm thinking about doing it, but I also need a shoulder piece for my Crusader, so I'm kind of going back and forth. But that's a video for a different time, guys. Hopefully you enjoy this video. This has been a bunch of different ways to get a whole bunch of legendary essences for the Blood Knight the day it comes out on Thursday, July 13th, which is literally in less than a week. I cannot wait, guys. And I do plan on coming out with a consistent daily content in general, so make sure you subscribe for that reason, but especially for the Blood Knight, because that Blood Knight looks freaking sick, and I'm so pumped to be able to play it, learn it, master it, and make some awesome builds for you guys. So make sure you smash that like button if you're just as excited as I am, and until next time, guys, lock it in.